Greetings, fellow test subjects. Test subject 1337 here for Aperture Gaming. They make it. You choose it. We test it. You play it. And welcome to Aperture Gaming Co-op Reviews. Now, before we get into this review, we have to make a couple of announcements. First off, due to lack of participation from test subjects, Aperture Gaming is closing down the co-op review division. We only had one vote last month, and we only had one vote this month. So, we want to try to do this, but we need more participation. So, we're going to put this on hold until we're going to try later on to figure out when will be the best time to try this again. Secondly, we've also realized that we need to do a little more fine-tuning and reworking of the DLC zone. Last month was kind of a hard sell, and this month is not looking too good either. So we're taking it back to the drawing board and trying to figure out the best way to bring you the DLC zone. So yeah, 2 shows are being removed from this channel. As in, they're not being produced anymore, but hopefully they'll come back soon. Alright, and now, so for this review, this one also only got 1 vote. In honor of all the giant robots, well, what is this giant robot game? Well, it was voted for, so let's get into the review, shall we?
Series.
The name of the game is Gundam Breaker 4, and as you can tell by the 4 at the end of the title, it is a sequel in the series.
Team.
This game was developed by Crafts and Miser Company, Ltd., and it was published by Bandai Namco Entertainment, Inc.
Plot.
The game is presented as, how I would like to call it, the Gundam franchise as explained and played in a .hack format. You and a friend are playing the Gundam franchise game where you can customize your character to look like any Gundam from any series you want. As you start to play the game, you meet some new people. One of them who you swear is looks like they got hit with the copy-paste brush from Photoshop. And then some other weirdness starts happening. High-level players get into a lobby that they weren't supposed to, and at some point you get a special The Power that you can use in your game. So yeah, it's basically, you're like in .hack, but it's all with Gundams. So it's interesting because not only is it that's the main event going on, but there's also a bunch of side stuff. Basically for you, involving you, your Gundam, and what you can do with all the pieces you acquire.
Gameplay controls.
The game is mostly in third person. You walk around as a Gundam. You start as one, and as you play through the main story or side stories or events, you can unlock pieces. Also, by doing these stories, you can unlock credits, which you can then use at the Gundam store to buy full kits. By doing these, you can then change what your Gundam looks like, and you can change what they look like, the weapons they use, and like you can have a head from this Gundam series, you can have the torso from this series, and you can have the weapon from this series. So it has so basically it's a game, but it also functions as like a giant customizable toy box, because aside from that, you can also customize a diorama displays where you can set up what your Gundam looks like. So yeah, it is part game and part toy, so there's so much to do. And I love the variety, how we have so many different Gundam eras to choose from.
Graphics.
One of the things I love is how I've only played one other Gundam video game where everything was 3D, so it is so enjoyable to see all these Gundams that I've known from many years go from the hand-drawn format, 2D, to a full 3D render. It's cool to see them from all these angles and stuff. And I love how you could say, oh, I want the head from this Gundam on this one's body. Yeah, so everything looks really great. And one of the cool things I like is how, for the Gundam parts store, or for like when some bosses show up sometimes, it shows like a box that says, this is the Gundam model kit of this one from this series. And it actually looks like the actual box that is sold in the physical real world. So I love the level of detail they put into that. Yeah, so you fight in in landscapes that are from areas you see within the show. And I just love how you can have your Gundam look clean, or have battle damage, or it can have customizable, you can have like stickers or labels on there, or make it look like it's been in a fight, and how you can position the Gundams. So this game, it looks amazing.
Audio.
I think one of the things that works for this game is how, since it's gotta be fully licensed because it's coming through Bandai, even the audio, everything sounds great. While The conversations between all the characters sounds like normal stuff you hear in any anime. The sound effects of the Gundams walking around, the shots from the beam lasers, the clash of armor on armor, everything just sounds really great. The soundtrack for when you're in the main lobby just loops and it's kind of annoying. But when you're like doing the story or fighting in the missions, the sound switches to a different soundtrack and you kind of ignore it because you're busy kicking bot and taking names.
Multiplayer.
Yes, while the game can be played in single player, there is multiplayer. I've actually teamed up with some of my friends in the game for this.
DLC.
Yes, there is DLC. You can get stuff that boosts credits for your game, and also there's like unlockable story parts, side stuff, and weapons and characters. Yeah, so there was a whole bunch of DLC for this game.
Issues.
Technically wise, I only have the two minorest of nitpicks for this. One, when you're customizing your character for the regular game, the energy weapons, you can't change what the color is from the beam saber or the beam axe, but when you do it for the diorama, you can change what color the energy is. That's the minor nitpick. The other one is how at the store, so when you have when you're at the store, you can look at a full kit and it shows you the pieces that are available. Now, if it's grayed out, you don't have the piece, but if it's a solid white, then you do have the piece. So I just wish they came up with probably a little better system to clarify which pieces you do and do not have before you buy a kit. But those are the minorest of nitpicks. I enjoy everything else about the game. It plays great. It is fun. I have no issues.
Buy, rent, or pass.
One of the things I like about this game is how it's not set in the Gundam universe where you have the geopolitical and/or space political politics and war and stuff going on. I just remember watching the Gundam series as a kid, and I'm pretty sure more than half the content went above my head because I didn't quite understand why the reason all the nations and planets and federations and stuff were fighting. As I got older, I was able to understand it, but I think I mostly just watched it because I enjoyed the giant fighting robots. I especially liked the whole the fighting tournament series, like Neo London versus Neo Japan versus Neo America versus Neo India. Yeah. But yeah, if you're a fan of the Gundam franchise, and if there's like out of all the different eras and chapters, I'm pretty sure this game has most, if not all of them. It was especially fun seeing how some of the Gundam series were in there, and how you could put them on other bodies. So yes, if you're a fan of Gundam franchise, this is a definitive buy.
Overall score.
And that is Gundam Breaker 4. Yeah, so I'm a fan of the Gundam franchise. It's been around for a lot longer than I've been, and I enjoy it. But like I said, when I was younger, trying to figure out the whole politics of why this planet was fighting with this planet and the space colonies and all the shenanigans going on was over my head. But I think the Gundam series is something that you can enjoy as you get older. Like they even have like the SG Gundam series, which is some of the playable models you can unlock in the game. But yeah, I just like it because it is a game, but it's mostly a toy. It's like if you really love the whole idea of customizing every nitpick and detail of the Gundams, like which is the left arm, the right arm, torso, head, etc., then this game is for you. I enjoyed it thoroughly. It's fun, and well, I'm glad I got introduced to it through one of my friends. So we here at Aperture Gaming are proud to give Gundam Breaker 4 a solid 10 out of 10. Yeah, so if you're a fan of the Gundam franchise, and if you like seeing your favorite Gundams go from the 2D to the 3D, this title is for you. So I hope you enjoy it. Well, that's all the time we have for Aperture Gaming, a co-op review. I'm sorry that we won't be proceeding further with this, but hopefully we'll try this again later on at some point in the future and maybe get some better results. Until next time, this has been Test Subject 1337 for Aperture Gaming saying thank you for watching, game on, and have a nice day.